Today we will be testing out Claude 3.7 Sonnet. I uploaded a video a couple of hours ago covering all of the benchmarks and all of the things that are happening. Let's cover it again, but we will test out Claude Sonnet. I really want to test out its capabilities. So what we can see here is that Claude 3.7 Sonnet is a major upgrade to 3.5 Sonnet. We've got two modes, extended thinking, this is for premium users, and we also got no extended thinking for free users and of course premium users. But here in the benchmarks we can see that no extended thinking is super competitive to other tools. It only lags behind high school math, and we can see here on the agentic coding it's beating every other model. On agentic tool use it beats every other model available right now. So this is absolutely huge, and it's also very good in terms of following instructions and all of that things. The extended thinking mode is even better than most tools out there, but we don't have agentic coding benchmark and agentic tool use. I think they have not prepared this model for tool usage. They just trust the release to bring a model into the competition, but we will probably get these two things sorted out very soon. So that will be also very amazing to see. So here is Claude Sonnet. So what we will try to do is we will try and, I don't know, what should we make? Should we try and copy this page? I don't know. Maybe we should actually go and try and copy this page. Or maybe we should try and copy this page. I don't know. What we should do? That would be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to give it an image, which is going to be this image. And I'm going to tell it, create a website using Next.js 14, Tailwind CSS, SAD CN, and TypeScript. Create, or let's better say clone the website in the image using these tools. So let's see if 3.7 is actually as good as they say it is. That's going to be very interesting to see. So let me also up cursor to run the code, because we actually have to test it out. We actually have to see if it's that amazing. But this is such good news. We're making huge jumps in all of the benchmarks. We're talking about, guys, see over here. We're talking about 50% jump, 40% jump over O1, which was released back in October, and O3 Mini High, which is the cheaper version, because the other thing was so costly and slow. And we see that in just a couple of weeks, with all of these model releases, we're reaching new highs of performance at a very cheap value. So you can see here that Claude is actually also very fast. It generates tokens super fast, splits into multiple files, which I love to see, and hopefully the result will actually work. It would be amazing if the result actually worked. Okay, so here we can see it's generating code. To complete the implementation, let's create some placeholder images. All right, I completely understand that, totally fine with me. Here are the dashboards, so it tells you the file names, it tells you where to place specific images, and it spits out the code. So it would be absolutely amazing if this model could actually replicate everything requested. So this is the first thing that we want to do. We want to create this page's index.tsx file. All right, that's the first thing we want to do. All right, so I'm going to copy this code over here. All right, this is the main page. I'm going to put it over here. We will probably have some errors, I guess. So this is the main code. Okay, then we have the project setup files. So these are our dependencies. And here is the Tailwind CSS config.js, extend, and it tells us to use this kind of colors. This is what it wants us to use. The config.json is over here, and this is the next config.js. Okay, so let me give it a quick check if my configurations are quite good. So it seems like they're pretty fine, I would guess. All right, so this theme extend, maybe we would like to have something different, but I'm not going to waste any time on that. If it doesn't work, it's fine. We will see it later. These are components that we want to create. So this is like the button that we want to use. This is like the button props, and this is all right. So let me give it a quick run. I just copied the index TSS. Let's just give it a run. Let's give it a check. Maybe it will work. Maybe it will work. Who knows? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe it doesn't work. It would be also very amazing if they could have like, how to say it? I don't know. I can find the correct word at this point. Okay, so let me check. Okay, so it's not able to find the navigation menu, but I have no navigation menu over here. So this is like the fly out menu, navigation menu. All right, so this is a pretty heavily dependent file, which is something that we in general want to avoid. Okay, so this is what by default is spitted out of Claude Sonnet without taking into account the styling. All right, and let's check out the input I gave it. We're just not going to care about the coloring. And yeah, it makes complete sense. Like, indeed, the structure is correct. It has the button. Maybe I should actually give it a look and give it a try into placing the CSS over to the specific spot and replacing the rest of the files. So just give me a second. So we have like a task item. We also have this dashboard preview file that we want to get. And this is like a placeholder image that we want to place on the public folder. All right, so I get it. We place also this placeholder on the public folder, so we don't have like a problem. So it's placeholder.htv. Okay, so let's do that. Let's hit the refresh button over here. Let's see if any change happened. All right. See no changes, but still it looks good. It looks exactly what we wanted it to look like. So I would say that this is actually a good job. But it's like the closest thing we can make using the tools that are specified. So it's up to here and it feels good. Okay, so let's go ahead and tell it to add all of the other things. Okay, so augment the website by including the extra components seen in the image. Okay, so let's place the code over here and let's see what the final result will be. I will also tell it to improve the styling of the page because I think that's important. And now it's going to add quite a lot of components. Oh, come on. Oh, battery was done. Like it was like, fuck the shit, I'm out. No more battery in the camera. So we're going to continue without a camera at this point. So it runs everything again, blah, 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 writes code, like everything. There are like so many divs. This is just way too much. This is way too much. Like, come on, man, this is way too much. You don't need to do all that things. All right, so this is like the main page, the main code. Okay, so let's copy the content. Let's place it into the client side. Let's place it here. So we have to import all of these components over here, which we don't have right now. So new components, we've got these testimonials.tsx, and these are the testimonials. Again, I have very big expectation that I have done something wrong with the styling, but in general, it seems quite good. This thing is working, which is nice. This thing is working as well. We've got these things over here. Yeah, so it looks good. I think these kind of words, if I open up like this thing over here, let me show you. I have a very big and high expectation that this is one of my mistakes. I have like this expectation because I have some extra CSS files that are running like around, and maybe that's why we see this kind of colorings. Otherwise we would see like the correct thing. So that's probably a mistake of mine and not a mistake of Claude. But in general, I think it gives you a very good sketch. If you just know a little bit of coding, you will be able to pixel perfect it. But yeah, it seems very promising. very, very promising and very, very fast to use. So I will ask you the final question. Please find 10 great ideas needed by coders and that I can implement using my tech stack without a backend. Okay, so I ask it for ideas and I'm limited to just 2 or 3 messages, 2 or 3 messages a day with Sonnet 3.7. This is so bad, like this is such a small amount of generations I can do. So we have like interactive code snippet library, build a searchable collection of the most used code snippets with syntax, highlighting and copy functionality, markdown editor with live preview, Pomodoro timer with task tracking, CSS. All right, that's nice. That's nice. Let me send it to my friend. Send it to my friend. So finance calculator suite, algorithm visualizer. That's very interesting. Browser-based image editor. That's also very nice. And SVG path animator. All right, that's interesting. Interactive resume builder. All of these things are super interesting and super useful, I gotta say. Like that's very, very, very nice, very smart. So yeah, I think Claude Sonnet is absolutely an amazing model. I'm quite excited to continue using it and learning its functionalities and using it to improve my code and code base. Yeah, that would be absolutely exciting. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what I can do with this library, and I think I can actually do quite a lot of things. So if you enjoyed this video, I know this was not the best video in the world, we had major problems, but if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, make sure to press the subscribe button for more AI tutorials.